Hello and welcome to I Smoke New York. I'm Ben Gilbert. To my right is Dr. Dankenstein. Hello, Dr. Dankenstein.
What's up, everybody?
To his right is the Collector. Hello, the Collector.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
I'm just going to call you Collector, though. I'm not going to call you
What's
the
going on?
Collector.
What's going on?
To his right is Sensei Cultivation, rounding
y'all?
out. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great today. Feeling great. Weather's down a little bit in New York, not as hot as it's been, you know?
Show.
Yes. We've all been smoking a lot of weed, so bear with us today.
Yeah, bear with us.
It's been a heavy weed smoking morning.
It'll
Let's
make
smoke
it
a bunch
better.
more weed and talk about weed.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's roll up more.
You know, that's what I'm doing. I'm rolling up right now some, what the hell is
As
this?
am I, actually.
Yeah, this is weed you gave me earlier when I say your weed. Excuse me.
Shout out Rocco the Funny Man. That's
Yes.
actually his personal harvest of the 4DD from People Under the Stairs. Right now, I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait to put it into the legal market because it's the best weed I've smoked. Like the terp is, I don't know, it's something
You've been
special.
I'm excited to smoke.
I've been hyping it for a minute because it is that good, bro. And it's supposed to wash really well.
3 or 4 episodes to when we first smoked it.
The good
Yeah.
news is we can see the reaction in real time. We can review it in real time together. That's what's
Bro,
going to happen.
You
today.
might die. I don't know. Yeah, it's like, bro, it's an experience. Like, I'm excited.
Better be incredible.
Be honest. If it's doo-doo. You know, let me
Authenticity
know.
only on this.
But and that is the crosses. It's the 4th cut of chem, I believe, from what I understand.
What does that mean? I've heard this
That's
before. What is
what
the
I do
fourth
not
cat
know.
of chem?
I assume it's number 4. Like it's the 4th one.
It's
Was there like a was there?
Well,
a
there's
hunt
Chem
where there was a bunch of
91,
chems?
there's Chem Dog, there's, there's a bunch of different
Uh-huh.
old
Oh,
cuts.
it's a
There
cut.
was, well, I think it's a cut from there was 3 original beans or something from like the Chem Dog exchange at the Dead event or whatever. I only know from like,
Oh, I'm putting. I don't mean to put you
this
on
is
the
like
spot
old
on
school.
history.
I mean, yeah, I
people
just
who are
know
gonna
from
be
people talking about it.
Correct
but-
me
feel like
on
we
this
need
dead
that.
history. I know
What
these
is the
deadheads out
exchange? Do
there.
you remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I know the Star Dogs better than I know the Chem Dogs.
Yeah.
Star Dogs I fucked with heavy at one point.
Do the Star Dogs predate or are they?
No,
that's definitely a
hell no.
hybrid.
I think the
That's
Star
after,
Dogs
right?
came
Started
after.
across.
That's
for
what I
sure.
was assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know much
Trace
about
Dog
that.
and
Corey Haim, which I think Cloud Forest grows. They grow the Corey Haim version of Star Dog.
right.
Um,
But the cross is definitely 2 chems. It's Trace Dog and something else. I think it's Chem D maybe.
Possibly. Very
Regardless,
strong
I don't want to
possibility.
speculate.
But what
It's
I
a
do
chem.
know,
It's a chem.
what I do know more about is what I'm smoking right now, which shout out Black Rabbit Farms. This is the Dirty Taxi. Also shout out Top Dog. I believe that's JJ.
Let me smell that again.
Bro, it's crazy.
This reminds me of almost of Piff Coast PCSD.
Shit is
Piff Coast
heavy
sour.
GMO.
Yeah, that one's heavy
Shout out to
GMO.
Piff.
This is
I,
heavy
I'm,
GMO.
I'm looking forward to getting his seeds. I think he dropped the F1s of the
That one's so
PCSD.
good, bro.
That was, bro, I
Oh,
love
that
it.
was so good.
And it's not Black Rabbit. It seems like it's not the favorite one. I don't think they're keeping this
So good.
one.
GMO is
which
such
is
a
crazy.
good terp profile. I just like anything GMO. I really like a lot. We have a purple freezer burn that washes really well. GMO to purple taipan, and like in flower form, it's grapey and like GMO, like a little funky. But when you wash it, it's like almost straight GMO.
No way.
Like
I love
onions.
it.
Yeah, like onions and
It's
like.
that
yeah.
savory.
You think
GMO.
it's good so dominant like that? Just that flavor
I don't
is so
know,
fucking.
man. I don't know the science behind it, but there's got to be some science behind some terp profiles being more volatile as far as like breaking down in the process of washing. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't, like the sweetness didn't make it through very much. Like it's very GMO. It's fine. But I'm not complaining because I like
It's a
GMO.
dominant genetics too.
Does that one grow like with the GMO structure? Is that? I feel like I've seen it. Is that
A
one like
little
real
bit.
knotted
Yeah,
up
The
and
purple taipan.
Wants
to get
tall and
Yeah.
stuff, too.
yeah,
She
lanky?
stretches, though.
What
Yeah.
day did she chop down earlier? Or is she?
She's a 8-9 weeker.
So she's kind of long.
Yeah. 8-9
Yeah,
weeks.
we usually take our 9.
You don't see a lot of people growing GMO stuff at this point.
She used to take a
Takes a
long
while.
time.
Yeah.
People still grow her for hash.
Yeah, definitely for hash.
She
See it
took
in hash.
fucking 11 weeks,
Yeah.
13 weeks. Some people took her 13
But it's a
weeks.
big
Like,
washer, right? Like that's
It's a great washer.
And
So a lot
yielder.
of people still do it for hash.
Right. That's the only way I see it though. Usually, like I don't see a lot of GMO flour out there.
She
straight
takes
up.
a long flower, and she's also very foxtaily. So a lot of people, like I don't know, people discount a strain because of a bud structure, and that shit's stupid as hell. But,
The market has moved on.
GMO is very foxtaily.
To me, I mean, it's just as a smoker, like GMO is something I get kind of tired of. Like it's
What
too.
the fuck?
I never get tired of
What
that.
the fuck is going
never
on?
get
If I have, I don't mean to say like on an ongoing basis. I mean if I have a lot of it, like as a flavor,
Whoa.
it's very that. It's like trop, right? Trop is super
I can
trop.
smoke it day in and day night, bro.
That's
That's one of the
wild.
top
Yeah,
to
No,
me.
I kind of
Chem
I'm
Dog,
on his,
all that
his page
shit.
with it too.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, I can smoke that shit.
Bro,
anytime,
me
any day.
too.
OGs, sours.
Yo, I'm all that.
I don't group them the same
That's
though.
my favorite shit.
I prefer a candy more. I think. Over the, yeah, candy.
I
more
like it.
Wow, we
Yeah,
said we were gonna be controversial, but my goodness, bro. Oh shit.
I'm on the opposite side of the fence with that one. I
What's
like
your
the savory,
favorite?
stinky one.
Pretty crazy. We're actually friends.
I mean, we're all smoking some old man weed this morning. This
My-
is like
my
hemp.
favorite-
I mean, that's why I was.
Right?
Dirty Tech.
African haze.
African
and shit.
haze. Yes, most definitely. That African haze was ridiculous. Also, again, shout out to Black Rabbit.
Hell yeah.
That African haze. I don't know if that's his cut or what. I know there's a few different people that run African haze.
Bronson's. Shout out
It's
Bronson.
Bronson's,
yeah.
right?
I think in Maine, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Bro, he
That-
grows crazy.
Truly,
Bronson
truly
knows
ridiculous.
stuff too, yeah.
Definitely ridiculous.
And really cool motherfucker. He seems. I met him at.
He was at the
one of
Rolling Smoke a few
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
I think we should be seeing all those guys this weekend.
Oh yeah,
Hell
hell
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
There's an
what,
event that's coming
what-
Saturday.
Is it White Rabbits?
Yeah, White Rabbit's throwing an event on Saturday. We're gonna go chill and shit.
I will definitely be there.
We just dropped genetics today, so we'll have some genetics there.
What's that event he's doing?
It's just a local event, local guys, I think.
Isn't it cup? I thought he was doing a nice. I thought there's maybe some kind of like nice cup attached or something.
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's like the marketing
fun, yeah,
behind
it's
it.
the
just having
marketing.
fun with
They
it.
just troll.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
likes to troll line.
Yo,
shit.
he's
Yeah.
I love that dude.
Yeah, I mean, the White Rabbit guys.
He
do such a
trolled
good
me.
job.
I think he still does
There's
sometimes.
such memes. They love memes. That it's like there's a meme community. It's so funny the crossover between the like old man weed, like sour and haze and stuff like that, and memes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like it's just one circle. It's the Semper Frosty, White Rabbit, like oh my God, Bronson.
Rabbit,
Speaking of
sour
all the guys.
waves shit.
Sour
is always on top. Yeah.
But anyway, regardless, smoke report. Love to talk to you about what you're smoking on. We talked about that a little bit. I'm rolling.
That's a dirty
rolling this up
text.
right now.
Shit, it's that GMO that you don't like to smoke a lot.
I didn't say that's like that. Relax.
This I love. Do you want to hit it? This is
On that?
Pronto.
No,
this
not
is
that.
Pronto.
Pronto. Get the fuck outta here with the Pronto.
Yeah.
No,
they don't
anyway.
make this in a factory with that shit. Like this come off the plant.
Yeah, that's organic.
That's organic.
Way better for you. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eagle something. I don't remember what they
That's
said.
that's like
Some
one of the
American
biggest-
shit.
That shit gotta
Ridiculous.
keep you
You
away,
go-
bro. Like you could like research it all you want. Like tobacco is one of the most sprayed, heavily like sprayed
know.
pesticide plants you could ever grow.
I want to grow
That
my
shit
own.
attracts diseases and bugs. Like you have to treat it.
Do you know if it's something you could grow with cannabis outdoors?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I've heard like
companion?
tobacco virus and shit, like all this stuff bad that can
Tobacco
happen.
mosaic,
Yeah, they talk, yeah.
I know
Yeah,
there's a spot in Connecticut, like I think Drew Estate Cigars. They grow like broadleaf Connecticut leaf in Connecticut, right? Like that's what it's there
Right.
for. So.
There's a couple of leaves out there that's supposed to be like connoisseur level type leaves.
I mean, you know how I feel about the Rolex.
Yeah.
The Rolex Connecticut shade leaves. Like I roll those. That's what I rolled the African haze in this morning.
I had that for
That's
the first
incredibly
time. in
good.
Spain
Yeah, it was
with you guys.
delicious.
Now,
It was good.
controversial topic here. Do you think you can still taste that terpene and strain? Like, can you experience that strain 100% without any adulteration from the tobacco?
Like I could smoke the African haze in a joint and it would taste great for sure. But
Does it taste the
That's
same with
not the
tobacco?
question.
but-
Not the question. The
Yeah,
question
come
is,
on now.
so
does it
like,
taste the same without tobacco?
if you're
No, of
growing a
course
strain,
not.
right? If you're growing a strain, do you base it off of smoking it with tobacco or without tobacco, right? Are you gonna keep it because it smokes good with tobacco,
No,
If you're,
you shouldn't.
for me,
right?
No.
I can't
wouldn't.
test it myself anymore because I'm doing this. I won't quality control my stuff. Even if I smoke in a joint like right now, I'm not experiencing it as if I hadn't been smoking tobacco. Tobacco does something to your mouth where you don't taste things or something. It doesn't taste it the same way. We talked about this before.
It interferes
A little bit. I can still taste it and enjoy it, but it's
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
like
I'm
it
not
was
saying
before
that.
You're
when I wasn't smoking.
you're
it.
definitely not getting the same flavor profile, obviously. But I feel like if that's what you're into, right? Like that's how you smoke that's how you consume all your cannabis. Like then you should judge it off of that, you know?
You have to.
Wow,
you have
that's
to smoke
an
it how you
interesting
smoke
point.
it.
Right.
But that doesn't. I
But
don't think
does
that should
that
impact
how
your
you
smoke.
Connoisseurs
judge?
hate that.
But do you base it keeping it as a keeper? Like
shouldn't.
is it a keeper to
I
you
don't.
because
No, it doesn't make
it
sense.
only
I
smokes
don't.
in tobacco?
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? But doesn't smoke in papers.
I know a lot of people that will say if it's good, you can taste it in the blunt. If not, you just taste in blunt.
Here's a question I
You
have
know?
for the community, right?
But that doesn't mean you keep it.
Here's a question I have for the community.
what I'm saying,
The
Alan.
grower community specifically. How many growers do you think smoke with grabba and tobacco out there?
In Dutches or
Like
backwoods.
none.
or-
Like grower,
Some?
old school grower. I mean,
I know some.
Yeah.
Some, I know.
man.
I know some.
You know some.
I know some.
My man right here, right?
How old? I mean, I wasn't smoking. This is something since we went to Spain.
Oh, really?
I haven't
Okay.
smoked tobacco or anything since out of prison. Like, I didn't do any of that stuff.
right.
And I was very much on the other side. I was outspoken about how you shouldn't smoke in it. And you adulterate it. I'd be talking shit about
6
people
months
smoking.
later.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is it's when to Spain, those people are smoking so much in the coffee, like you need another sedative to counteract it. For me, I stay more level-headed. I think you don't get anxiety as much. People who say you get higher with a blunt, I think you get less high from the weed. Like, I think you could smoke, if you were gonna smoke an ounce of weed in one day out of joints compared to an ounce of weed out of blunts, you couldn't finish the joints. But blunts, you're down.
I
in
guess
it.
it's because of the stimulant from the tobacco.
Right,
The
the nicotine, right.
the nicotine.
Which is
Balancing
what I
back
like
out.
about it, though, kind of. For me right now in my life, you know, because I'm
At this
busy
point
as
in my
fuck,
life,
right?
This is
Like,
where I'm at. All right, so you have to base it off of no tobacco first.
I agree
Straight
100%.
papers. Like, it's got to be a keeper in straight papers first.
You also have to imagine
100%.
most people are smoking without tobacco, right? Generally,
I don't
in
know.
America.
I don't
Okay,
know.
well, what about-
We in New York, though.
We know a lot of people that
I know.
I know.
personally
No,
know a lot
I
of people
know.
that smoke
It's a good point.
well, do you
Yeah.
think that someone that smokes cigarettes could judge weed the same way because of like what tobacco does to your, to how you experience something?
No. Have you ever seen?
Did you
don't
used
know.
to smoke cigarettes or no? Did you
I
guys
used to
smoke?
smoke.
So like, because I started tasting
It kills
things.
your taste buds.
It does
a
do
little
something.
bit. I don't know
But
I don't know if it's cigarettes specifically or if like joints also does. You know what I'm
Yeah,
It's
saying?
right,
also
smoke.
a different type of smoke.
Just
though.
smoke,
You know what I
like
mean?
the
Like,
heat.
have you ever seen someone who smokes heavy cigarettes and then you give them a straight joint to smoke?
Oh, it'll fuck
and
them up.
they cough their lungs up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It'll
Like-
mess them up.
Cleaning them up. Yo.
But yeah, that was.
So what do you think?
I talk shit to people all the time.
I know you do.
Shout out to Ozzy and the homies that smoke with
Thinking
the
that they can
guava
still
and the
taste
Pronto,
pure,
like,
pure.
That's the number one
I
person
be
I'm saying
arguing
about
with them. I argue with people all the time, bro. Like, yo, you cannot. There's no way. Like,
He's like, I don't
there's
respect your
some-
opinion.
There's some interference.
Has your life changed yet?
It's changing in front of my eyes.
Like, there's some interference from the
I should
tobacco.
say, maybe I should say in my mouth.
So
It's
do you
gross.
judge it off of that or something else? You know, it's tough. I don't know. I don't know.
interesting.
I'm not saying one side's better than
Well-
the other. Don't get me in that trap. I'm not saying this is better than that. Don't get me in that
Yo,
trap.
I-
I'm just saying, like, to truly judge a strain, should you be? I mean, this even goes to the grower's cup, right? If you're smoking to judge a strain, should you be smoking with tobacco or without tobacco?
It's up to how you
Give us the
know what I'm
official
saying?
rule, Ben.
Oh,
The official
shit.
rule that we have is smoke how you smoke, right? Like some growers smoke with a bong, some growers smoke in joints, some growers smoke in blunts, whatever. Like some people mix tobacco, and I'm not going to stop somebody from smoking out of because
The way they
obviously
smoke,
entrants
right?
are judges, right? So
Right.
like if you're judging as a grower, yeah, like it's however you smoke.
But
I'm
now
not
you
gonna
don't feel
mandate
like
it.
they're judging based off of which one tastes better with the tobacco?
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's on them as people who smoke, though. Like, just like if you are a grower who's in the market and you're selling to whoever smokes, they smoke however they smoke.
That's
like, there's
true.
no control you have over who smokes your weed and how they smoke it. So you can't really control for one variable or another because not everybody rolls joints the same way I do or the same way he does or whatever, right? Like,
I can tell you, not everyone weighs out all their joints. That's a
No
fact.
one does that.
right.
This is a
I'm on some
new
maniac
part of
shit.
the market that has emerged.
Doing the thing.
Ben is
All
a
right, wait, what do you think?
Ben
I
is
think
a
it tastes good.
psychopath.
What does it taste like, Ben? Your life's the same right now?
My life is,
Your fingernails are shorter, maybe.
they are short
Is
a
that
little.
accurate?
Oh my God. What?
That's accurate?
Holy shit. No, it's not good at that. It tastes good. It's good.
Was that the African?
That's the chem.
No, the chem.
That's the 4D chem.
4D.
Or do
Just looks
You
like
think
smoking
Z?
this.
What do you think?
Z?
Z.
Just experience it. Well, you're not gonna smoke it, but
Oh, you can't get me on camera doing this.
yo, that shit is like, yo, you. I'm just saying, it tastes good as a bitch. I
No, it
think.
tastes really good, but I don't get Z. I get like
Z?
What
I
is
get
it
like-
though?
chem, like OG.
Is it
like-
chem?
Yeah, it tastes like chemi.
Like a more limey chem or something? It's weird.
know.
Bro, I smoked it with Black Rabbit. He be not smoking that much when we play golf, bro. He smoked the whole hash roll. My boy is just like hitting balls everywhere, bro. He's
It's just funny as hell.
yo. What do you think, Sensei?
I don't get Z at all from it. But I don't get a straight chemi though. I get more. I know what you're talking on that side, but it's not like Z though.
No, right. It's just different. I've never had nothing like it. It's changing. I think it's like something I want to smoke in the blunt. It's so loud. I mean, you know, it's weird.
I mean,
It's
it
like-
kind of reminds me of the Jelly Banger, like the number 6.
Yeah, it's gassy.
See, I can tell him I like it because he hitting it so much.
I like it. It's good quality too, though.
No, Rocco, this is the best I've, bro. It's some of the best weed I've smoked this year. You shout out Rocco, the funny man.
Man, doing his thing.
Doing his thing. People
Quality
hate on
stuff.
it too, but the better the weed is, the more the hate they give you.
I'm gonna let it chill for a minute.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Chem 4.
Yeah. Or well, on the note of weed, here, smell this one real quick. This is a different one I want you guys to smell on
Right.
camera.
Yes.
It's the Jesus, which that is from a bag seed that I had collected from all my old seeds.
Was that the one
packs.
from Buffalo that we smelt as well?
Yes,
or no?
but this is an even better one of it, I think. What do you
I
think?
like this.
It's
nice.
weird, isn't it?
Jesus
It's
Christ.
Like, jeez.
It's got some.
I'm just, yeah.
This is nice.
These are what I'm excited to bring into the market because I don't think a lot of people, I don't think, dude, like baby puke with Parmesan cheese.
I can't.
Parmigiano Reggiano.
Yo,
Yo, I couldn't smoke. I couldn't do it.
it's so
I
loud.
know
in it,
those
bro.
get me, bro.
It's
Yeah, like
weird.
those.
I can't.
It's weird.
It's funky as hell. I know
it's
that
funky.
for sure, but it's like
Like a buttered popcorn thing on this? trying to figure it out. I don't
good,
know. I
isn't
can't
it?
really place the
That's
flavor.
really nice though.
Hell
I
yeah,
get funk
bro.
though. Like I get gassy.
about?
This is what I'm
Yes.
excited. Like we're gonna bring this. Hopefully in the next couple months, we're gonna have our first drop, and it's gonna.
Right.
Well, the first one isn't gonna be these, but the next run will be.
Have you smelled Nutcracker Cross?
Yeah.
That's
That
like
shit's
a,
stupid.
like a cheesy pineapple too. It's like yeah.
What was it that we
The
were
cheese is
smoked
coming
before?
back though.
Yeah. The head. What was the one we were just smoking before we got
Oh,
on?
Gelinade headbanger. Crazy. That shit is good.
Like mushroomy?
This one? Mushroom.
Like umami or like what are you talking about?
Got a marsala sauce in here? Is this a marsala sauce?
I don't think there's any wine involved. I don't know.
It gets you super stoned too.
Fuck
I'm not
me,
gonna
this
lie.
smells incredible.
That smells
That's
good.
the cheeses,
Smells
bro.
crazy.
That's from a bag seed, so I have no idea what the origins are. I have no idea where it came from. Black Guy was saying it smelled kind of like the disco cheese or something that someone had around here.
What cheese are these people eating?
Bro, you don't think cheese?
Nah, that's gassy as fuck, right?
Gassy as fuck.
Yeah.
I get cheese off that.
No,
I get cheese
gas.
too.
I get like kerosene.
And
like
see, but you
gas.
see how weird that is though?
Oh, wow, wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I get what you're saying, maybe, but maybe.
Let me
But it's
smell.
way more gas than me.
Yeah,
You out of
hell
your
yeah,
mind.
way more
I don't know,
gas.
whatever.
Yeah, but that's what's crazy. Everybody's
That's cheese all day, bro. It's like a straight.
All right, let's get
Right.
this train back on the
Yeah,
rails.
yeah, on the
All right,
rails.
So in terms of, we were going to talk some of the drops this summer, because it's been a good summer for weed. It's been a great
Yeah.
summer for New York weed. Most recently, the OD Trees drop is what I've been enjoying, but there's been a lot of other stuff. There's the Bushwhacker drop, which
Yeah.
had a bunch of great stuff in it.
Wish I had a bunch of dope stuff.
And what else?
See, I only
There's
know
been a bunch
upstate.
more.
I only know upstate.
Tell me about Upstate drops,
You know,
please.
Good times. They've had some really good drops.
Yeah.
Actually, there's been a couple people. It's interesting because people are in transition, going legal. So these drops that we've been excited about are going to be able to be bought on the legal side of it. You know,
Sure.
which is something that's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
But Mara Buffalo, Hattie's. There's tons of people right now. But yeah, what about OD? What did he drop? Did he drop?
The OD drop was the banana icy that's on the table actually right now, which is a bizarrely banana flavored strain. I mean, like, you guys know with the Maduro, like
Yeah, for
that
sure.
is super banana-y. Like, I'm a big fan of banana flavor in general in weed, but like,
That banana piatella back in Spain. That
totally right. I think of that all the time. That was ridiculous. Like,
All the
so
time.
I love banana. I like,
makes
also like
amazing
bananas.
hash.
Like, I'm a big fan.
It makes amazing hash.
Yeah, like truly ridiculous. And the Bushwhacker drop with the Starberry.
Starberry, yo, that
brand new.
packaging was dope, bro.
The packaging was
Like, I
insane.
saw that
Boots on
shit
the
drop.
ground.
Yes,
For-
right.
Yeah,
Yes,
word.
behind the
Shout
camera
out
over
Joe and
Ooh.
his partner, yo. That label was fire.
here. Yeah, the label's crazy. The weed inside is
Texturing
crazy.
on it, all that, yeah.
But it's great to see that kind of differentiation in the market, where you see that kind of like attention to detail in the marketing that is accompanying super great weed. It's like it's stuff that's like high end and it deserves nice packaging.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've been smoking on our New York Growers Cup winner from last year.
Oh.
That Blue Kaboom by
Yeah, the
Candyland
Kaboom.
Farms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most
That's,
definitely.
I've actually been smoking on it the past couple weeks. I love that stuff.
That was also a summer drop. And as far as I know, that's a Kaboom cross. Like the Kaboom, which is Baccio and Bebecita.
Yep.
And so that crossed with, I don't know what the blue part is, but
It may just be a different pheno of it.
I don't know. I thought it was, I think it's I'm not sure, but I do. I got to talk.
You have to ask, and some people aren't disclosing the genetics either.
That's it. I think also that. I think that might have been. That was
That's
part of
the
it.
caveat to a lot of this stuff.
I do like that.
I don't care. I'll give credit where it's due, but some people,
He'll be renaming and
I want you to know what it is.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
tastes like runts. Oh no, that's I
That's
read
not
that
what it is.
myself.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, right.
You like it? It tastes good? All right.
And I mean, to speak to what's on the table, though, also there's some of the Cloud Forest. The Cloud Forest drop most recently was also
Another
tremendous.
winner.
There's Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
and some of that Project 4516, which I'm surprised you don't see enough 4516 around here. Like, I don't understand. You don't. I understand it's not brand new, but like it's
Who else
really
grew
good.
that out? Someone else was growing that for a while, right?
Foo had 4516.
did, yeah, exactly.
Like a couple
Shout
of
out
years
to Foo.
ago,
Well, it's hard.
and maybe more recently too.
It's hard to
remember
keep
Foo
these
had it for
strains
a
in
while
your
back.
library.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep these strains in your library. Like people, you want to keep up with trends too,
Right.
like with the
Right.
market.
Yeah, but like,
So it's like if people don't want it, do I keep it in my library to take up space or do I let it go? And
Yes.
so many people let it go. It's like, damn, there's like this one person somewhere that still has it. And it's like, he's growing it. So that's one person.
Most definitely.
But like, shit gets lost to time, man.
Yeah.
people want
It's just lost
people
the
want new flavors at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even as a grower too, like
Yeah.
you want to grow new things too, and you want to expand on like what
Like
you're.
you were talking about it earlier, when you smoke too much of one thing, you get tired of it.
Most definitely.
And like I like to pop seeds. I like to see new things. Like even if it
Keeps it
doesn't pan
exciting.
out,
Yeah.
like
Of course.
even if it's not a
course.
winning pheno, it's like, oh, this shit smells dope.
Yeah. Speaking of Foo, actually, the new Foo drop, Foo's Flowers with the Zazul, which is tremendous. Like the Z
Stays
cross.
with his Z, doesn't it? And I love that logo.
He's always
That's
got
just
some
like,
type of Z on deck.
Yeah,
son.
always. And
Yeah,
he
he's got
goes
that
Oh.
dialed in for a minute now. For
It's
sure.
so good, and I'm a sucker for Z crosses generally.
Same,
I mean,
yeah.
I smoke haze, I smoke Z, whatever. Like I'm across the spectrum, but like Z cross is definitely like I can't help it. I'm a big sucker for it.
And
You know,
I'm kind of the same way.
yeah,
too,
yeah.
I enjoy it.
Twist
yeah.
my arm for Z all the time. Like, yeah, I got it.
Very easy.
Yeah.
To.
It's one of those I don't think anybody would turn down at this point.
No.
Solid strain.
Yeah, word. So separately to all of this, I wanted to talk about where we're at in cannabis in New York in 2024. The subject that
Where we
it's
at,
always the
Sensei?
subject.
Well, yeah, bro. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know we had Foley work, live Foley work happening here.
Live.
It's incredible. Is that the correct term? I think that's the correct term, right, Joe?
That was really good.
I don't know.
Not rehearsed or anything, dude. That was good.
That's like that kind of sums up I think where we're at right now. That's
It's not.
disarray.
No
man.
matter who you ask,
I
that's
can't
what
talk
happens.
shit, talk.
Yeah.
It's the Wild West out here right now.
I'm worried about it when like people from Cali come out later this year that we see like Ted or whatever, right? And you're like, oh, how's things going in New York? And you're like, oh, it's going great.
Like, he had that look in his
Don't worry
eyes 2
about
years
it.
ago. Like, yo, guys, I know what you're getting into right now. Yeah, for
right,
sure.
right. It's that exactly, right? There's gonna be so many people being like, fucking, what did I fucking tell you, right? And you're like, I know.
Well, it's interesting though, because I'm the one person that sits on the other side of this, to where it's like, for me, really, if I was trying to do the best thing for myself, it would be to gatekeep my position and exploit it, you know?
No.
But it's like, yeah, it's interesting.
Which we see some of that.
Oh, a lot of it. I feel like
happens.
that's a lot of
Sure
it.
happens.
But not in the people we know. Like everybody that we know got a license. Everybody's collaborating. Like
Yeah.
everybody's behind the scenes
Trying to work.
talking,
Yeah.
trying to work together, even though
Yeah.
there's no leadership really. Like it's an incredible thing. But
Yeah,
So do
trying
you
to
think
work
It's
what they
needed
got.
out there for sure.
So you guys still you're still in the licensing process. The governor has promised to go through the entire November queue. You're part of the November queue.
We're part of the-
waiting,
We're
and
still
you're
in
still
the queue.
waiting,
We're
right?
still waiting in the queue.
Dank, you got a license.
I got a fucking license. I don't
March?
give a fuck. Is that right? I got a license right away. One of the first ones.
First
Right.
queue.
Like February,
First
March.
queue.
right? March.
And I feel very blessed to be in. We're doing a ton of moves.
Yeah,
we're trying
hell
to.
yeah.
One of the big things, we're gonna have a launch hopefully in the next 2 weeks. Now that we have flower coming
Awesome,
in,
yeah.
but we want to do a whole tour hopefully across the state and just team up and brand with a local person in each part of New York. Like shout out my boy like Remy Banks. I be talking to him. Like I'm talking. I'm trying to talk. Nothing's real, but I'm just talking to everybody. And it's like then it's like giving back to the real people representing the community, right?
People
like
in the community. Yeah.
hell yeah.
You're not try to do like a whole state tour.
The whole state tour, bro. It's gonna be. I'm gonna
New
smoke
York
so much
gangsters.
weed. New York gangsters, yeah, and it's gonna be. That's the plan.
Well, what's the drop? Like, how do you go to market? How did you go from getting a license to get to?
that was
being-
one thing
kind
that
of
I
like a
What do you mean?
super
before the
secret,
show.
Like if you gotta have a tattoo and stuff,
No.
like it's like a secret. You got it? I mean, you got. Yeah. No, I mean, right now there's like it sucks because I really had hopes of doing this really transparent. We all did. We had faith. I still have faith in Christopher Alexander and then the way
Bro,
the way it's
failed.
ended up, we've had
failed,
to.
son. It failed.
They did fail,
Go
but would it
ahead.
have worked
Preach,
if they
bro.
got more
failed.
time or
Tell us.
no? Would it have worked? Well, what they wanted to do would have worked.
Nah, because look at all the stuff that's coming out with the Dasney loan and the source of the loan.
But
and
that wasn't
what
them,
they
was it?
wanted for it. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just
That was the
all
state.
caught up, and it's.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just
regardless.
politics. It's New York
Yeah,
State.
regardless, I mean,
How did you go from where you had a license to the position that you're in, where you're talking about going on tour, like dropping stuff in stores, whatever? What's that? Tell me about the process.
Well, and honestly, like, I should say that I didn't really plan on getting a license. I know I've said it before, and I never really planned on taking the responsibility of it. But seeing what they did with Damien and Chris and the way they're using people for scapegoating and things that they've done, now I'm on a mission to prove a point that like what they did and some of these people that got in, you know, are the right people. So it really made me ambitious to get to market sooner. The original goal, I was going to build out slow and try to do it from the ground up with my own money, this and that. And that was something I wanted to do if I had a relationship with the people in the OCM like I had, to where like I could work and make that possible, because it would have to be very hands-on. But that's gone. That dream is gone now. You know what I mean? So I've moved on to that, and now we've kind of tried to found a built-out facility that's already ready to go, and we're going to make a lease there. I'm going to grow the weed there. Hopefully, team up with some people like with consulting, because it's going to be a larger scale. But I do this. You know what I mean? I really grow weed, so I'm not too worried about that. But now, with talking to you guys, we should be able to, like, I have the license, I should be able to outsource, right? And wholesale with other farmers in New York.
Yeah.
Right,
So, like, that's exactly the plan, and launch this local brand. Like, there's opportunity right now in New York legal cannabis where, like, it's emerging right now. It seemed like it should have been, but it's not. So we can still help local people, even though they don't got a license. I can brand with somebody and it's going to help them. So, like, that's why that's my mission right now, and to make money enough to make the business work.
Right.
You have to do like compliance stuff. Is there stuff that like you have to? Is there paperwork involved? Like, what do you have to do?
There used to be. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It seems like, what do you guys think? The OCM is a rat. Like, I don't know what's going on. The leadership is hard. Like, they're trying to figure out their stuff.
We've had people reach out on our behalf to ask questions, and obviously you can submit your question via email and stuff like that.
Right.
Regarding like what happens if you have to change an address on your license and stuff like that, and you literally get a response back that says, there's basically like the system's not in place for that.
You don't
yet.
have a plot process for that.
There's no process for it.
Well, it's
yet.
pretty much like you can do it, but we aren't ready to do it yet. Once we have the thing, then you can.
But that's like,
And to me, you're talking to somebody who has not had a lot of opportunities. I have to do what I'm going to do
I'm not
to help the
waiting
state
on
get the
you.
money, to help
Yeah,
my
like-
people. Like, so I'm going to do it. What we're doing now is we're sending every bit of paperwork. I'm doing a paper trail. I'm documenting our plans, everything. I'm sending it to them
Yeah.
every step of the way.
Request that shit
And
every week,
If
bro.
that's going to get me in trouble, like, I don't know what they expect then. 'Cause
Right. I mean, I think if you do everything by
the
if you track
regulation.
everything, do it the right way, pay your taxes,
There's
and
compliance
stay
to
on
it all.
track. You know,
Yeah.
like even if they don't have something in place, like be responsible enough to put something in place for yourself and your team to track it all, so that if the day does come where they regulate it, like, yo, let me see your papers. It's like, all right, look, this is what we've been doing. What do you need?
And I do this already, like you do this. I've been doing this
Yeah, you gotta
before a
keep track of
license
it.
existed.
Yeah.
Like, so I've always had track of my ins and outs and money, and in different like counties and places that my stuff. So I'm pretty I have a pretty good system. And we have an investor now too, which is crazy. Like, by showing him just that, I broke down my plans of how I've been doing it and operating, and he's like, yo, I'll give you money to like do this legally. So, you know, so we have that too, which is, you know, but the dream of being able to do it like slow and build it ourselves, I just don't know.
They killed the whole program. Died. Like it just, and it was
Right.
all, it was all for social equity. Unfortunately,
in the name
Like,
of social equity.
it was all like in the name of it slowed everything down. Like, so like they pushed this really big program, and they set up a really small team,
Yeah.
and they weren't able to like
In
do
the
it
biggest
fast
city in the
enough.
world.
They weren't able to do it fast enough to appease the crowd, because I think if they did, everything else would have gone unnoticed for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the governor would have dug. I don't
Right.
think that anybody would have been pissed off. I don't think a lot of the stuff that came to light would have come to light otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Like them being so slow kind of made other places be like, yo, like, what the fuck is going on over there? Let me go check this shit out, you know? And now the whole shit is out with Dasney and the lender and all
we're
this other corruption.
3 years in now, right?
3 years in.
3 years in.
Bro, we're gonna be, if another couple of months, it'll be a year when we applied for a license.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
A
November.
few more months.
That is
That's
blowing
just a
my
few more
mind
months.
right now.
It'll
We
be
put
a year.
the
When we
third year of
applied.
the Growers
Then we
Club.
applied. Yo, crazy.
Yo, we've known each other for a minute now.
It's been a while. It's been years.
We be talking every week, too.
Like in the name of wanting to like uplift, like bro, like it's just, it all fell apart, man. They took too long. It was too slow. That was the biggest problem.
What's the play given that you don't have a license yet? And
We
you're
want to
waiting?
team up with like guys like Dank who have licenses, who are able to put brands on the market and get our strains onto the market. You know what I mean? Get our strains into their farms. So
At least
they
get
can
our
grow it
brands
for
onto the
hash,
market
you
too
know?
early
Right.
on.
Right now we're just breeding. We have seeds and genetics that we're putting out into the market for growers to hunt through. We have a lot of dope hash strains. I know a lot of people are doing hash for outdoor and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I think it's the perfect time for that. We have the strawberries and cream strawberry profile that's about to drop. That's crazy. So I think that's the play for us because we don't have a license. So it's either acquiring a license that somebody's not operating,
Right.
or working with guys like Dank, small farmers who are willing to put our brands out there and work out some type of commission or some type
a licensing
of deal.
agreement.
Licensing.
While you wait to get
While
your
we wait
license.
to hopefully get a license. You know
What's
what I mean?
crazy to me
but
is
like some people may never get it. There's people in the December queue.
a lot of
You know
people
what
will
I'm
never
saying?
get it.
So
my God,
like
that's
I
a
think
whole other
that's the play
conversation.
for a lot of those people too.
So what's gonna happen
Teaming
to
up
them?
with farmers.
What's gonna happen to those people on those lists?
I mean, what's gonna happen?
They're gonna
is
get a
people are gonna
refund.
be
Yeah,
not
by the
just that, so,
fucking
like,
feds.
So Ben brought up a good point, right? Don't get a refund, because if you get a refund, then you lose your spot. Who knows how long it's gonna take them to get through this damn list? But if you take your money out, you're guaranteed not to get one.
Yeah.
If you leave it in there and they work out some magical way to approve everybody, at least you're in there. You know what I'm saying?
You at their mercy
But
now.
Who knows the next time they're going to be able to go through
approve
another
a damn
application
license,
process to
take
get a license.
applications. Like, yo, the whole shit is crazy.
At this
But
point.
I think the
Will they
play is
even ever
teaming up
open it
with
again?
farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think though I ask you, like, I obviously, we talk a lot. I know a lot of this stuff, but like I'm intentionally playing dumb because I feel like it's really important that we talk about like try to do something, right? Like you might not get a license right now. Who the fuck knows when they're going to open up licensing again? Who knows if they ever will? Who knows if they limit licensing? Whatever. Like, who knows what's going to happen? Try to do something though. Try to figure something out. Like whether it's partnering with people, whatever. Like there are microbusiness license holders, and there are people
You
who
have
are
to
like
be
part
super
of.
flexible, though.
gotta
Like, it's
be-
like
right,
if
right.
you think your plan is just going to be like this, right? That shit's going to be here and here and here. You just have to be ready for that.
Especially with this type of industry.
And honestly, on some real note, like just looking out for everybody that's on those lists, if you are on that list, it is in your best interest to team up with somebody legal and to keep fighting that battle because you're too late for the other one. Like the other one's already ran its course. So it's
More
like,
than likely, yeah.
advocate for yourself as much as you can on the legal side because you already put yourself out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And collaborate, like if you can, because you should get a license still. Like you guys are gonna get a license. If you don't get a license, you're gonna sue the fuck out of them. I would think. You know, right? Like.
I mean, that's the other play.
So that's the other thing we talked about for sure is like there's the
Organizing.
December queue, right?
There's
You
a big
mentioned the
group out
December
there,
queue
yeah,
that-
briefly, and like it's worth noting that the governor made it so that the November queue, one that everybody who had a space, who has a lease, is in the November queue, and anybody who doesn't have a lease, who isn't paying for a place to sit on, is in the December queue. And they said they're going to go through the entire November queue until it's done. And there's like thousands of people on that, so it's going to take a while, like maybe a year, if not more.
They expect us to sit on paying a lease for, right?
For who knows how long until
Already
they get to
3
your
years
license.
into it.
But if you're in the December queue, you might not be considered at all. Who knows when you're going to be considered, right? They're basically said like, if you're in that queue, wait indefinitely, and we'll get back to you at some point, maybe. And if you want a refund, you should ask for a refund.
And you have all these people leaving the office that's supposed to be like actually processing all these applications.
Yes.
So like, what the fuck's really happening, Ben?
Absolutely. Like
Yeah, man, what's going on?
Whoa, I didn't do shit. Everybody relax. As far as I know, though, the OCM is like kind of like a mess right now, right? Like the leadership is temporary. Currently, there's an executive
Director?
Well, no,
Director,
they're
there
doing
you go,
something,
thank
though.
you.
Aren't they doing parades or something? What they do? They're doing
There's definitely social
a
media
tour?
stuff happening.
I think they're going
Sure.
on
They
tour.
dropped
education
licenses.
tour?
They put out licenses over the last
No, they're
week
gonna.
or two.
Yeah. Can they still award licenses this whole time? These next.
Yeah, I mean, the Cannabis Control Board continues to meet,
Yeah, 2 weeks
and
ago
they
they put out
continue to
licenses.
issue licenses in that
Okay.
respect. So they are doing that. The licensing process is still going. There are
So
still
people
people
on the
looking
list.
through.
It's still going. It's just going slow as
As
shit.
far as we can tell,
It seems like it's
there's
the
two
upper
things.
level of OCM that's leaving more than likely.
Well, the leadership is definitely there's like a vacuum there, right? There's a power vacuum there. So the Cannabis Control Board, which approves licenses or at least issues licenses, I should say, is still doing that monthly. They're meeting and they're doing that. Separately, the OCM itself is reviewing licenses for people who applied from the November queue, and they're enforcing on stores. They're closing stores. They're shutting down stores, right? So that's the two things we know they're doing. Anything else, though, like any other licensing, like lounge licensing, for instance, Who knows? Like, when is that going to happen? Anybody who wants to apply for other licenses, anybody, if you ever want to apply for a micro ever again, like, who knows when that's going to happen, if ever? When are they going to get the December queue? Who knows? Like, all this stuff, it feels like everything feels like frozen in place because of the governor's order to focus on the November queue. And
Leaves
so,
a lot of frustration.
totally.
You know,
Even if
on
you're
both
licensed,
sides,
like, how do you get
Which I would
That's what I'm
appreciate
saying.
some speed on.
I'm sure, yes.
Like, yo.
Yeah.
Speed, guidance, because you're just sitting in limbo, like you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, how could they like?
There's no correspondence.
How could they
there's no
willingly know that
updates.
people are spending money on leases, like holding stuff, and they're
Yo, for
literally
this
just
long.
taking their time at the end of the
Yo,
day? You know what I mean? That's
crazy.
crazy.
You want to try this as
And,
well?
oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's like-
You do. You definitely do. You really do.
It's almost like they cut, like you cut the little guy out. They're spending.
Bleeding.
It's gonna be a year for us that we don't get a license in a few months. Imagine spending a year on a lease where you can't do nothing.
Right.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Truly.
Crazy.
Genuinely. Like a huge money sink. Especially
Seems
considering
like you should be reimbursed
Oh
by
my
the state
goodness.
for that.
it's really good.
Gotta be something.
Wowzers.
I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. That's Azul's delicious. Shout out to Foos Flowers. It's not fucking
Foos
around with
is the
that.
man, yo, and Foos is those people like he's such a grower and he loves the plant, loves the community that you want to support him, even if like you know what I mean, just because of who he is. Like,
And he grows
but
really
then
good
he
weed.
does this, and you're like, oh shit, all
Grows
right.
good. That's why I
Very
fuck
It's
with folks.
crazy.
Some good ass Azul.
Well, but when we're on the topic of like the legal people, you know, it's like sucks because a lot of them don't have representation. A lot of them don't have guidance. So it's like I'm trying to do as much as I can for them, especially the ones we know. So I want to shout out a bunch of the legal people I know upstate, like 716 Tank, right here, THC. There's a bunch of different ones, Planet X. Like all those people need your support. Like Mike just opened up his place recently, and the first thing that happens within like a day, people came through and threw rocks through his fucking
what the
window.
fuck is that?
Through his first door. And I was like, bro, this shit is crazy. And you know that's people from our community, bro. Right, but that shit makes me even more madder because you're gonna see him do a little bit, finally get to sale, and and you're gonna go bust in on his shit. That's crazy to me. Like that should make me.
That should not happen.
No, definitely not. I expect that from some competitive Chad dude or whatever. Like, but not the homies. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope it's not somebody within like the circles. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
That should be trash.
Yeah.
But
That's dope,
everybody
yeah.
that's becoming legal, you know what I mean?
But if you're legal, let's say you're licensed right now, like you, for instance, and you want to get in contact with the OCM about something, that's also not really possible right now. Like on top of everything else, it's a mess.
Unless you know somebody, and that's not that's not
Right.
that's not good.
If you're going through the standard
Right.
channels, which I understand,
If you're regular
you
Joe
should-
Schmo who doesn't know anybody,
but you should.
You
everybody
can call
should be.
them and talk to them, you know, you can
Yes.
do that, but it's like, there's no leadership that's like, oh yes, you can do this or you can do that. They're like, okay, you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this. And they're like, there's no way. Good luck. Did you create the form for us to do it and then apply with it? Like, you know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, the process is coming. So, and it's like, whatever, dude, I'm gonna do it then. And I'm gonna make money for y'all. And I'm gonna try to do the
Yo,
best
but,
we can.
like, my question is,
within
like-
the regulations.
How are you 3 years here and there's like the systems
weird.
aren't in place?
it's
yo?
crazy.
It seems fast now, but that's a long time for people
Yeah.
that waiting.
Yeah.
I've been on the happy side of it. You know what I mean?
And it's not as though the government is like. There's a lot of other. As somebody who runs an LLC and has dealt with like filing stuff with the state many times for other business things, there's plenty of processes in place. Like there's government systems that already exist. It's not like they have to create everything from zero. Like there's a process for this. That they could be implementing the templates from
Party foul.
Oh my
my
God!
fault. I didn't-
Oh
I
my
didn't
God!
grab that
Oh my
bitch. I
God!
didn't grab that bitch.
Calling
Look
the
at
joint
this.
police.
R.I.P.
I got hash on my finger. Anyway, I don't even know what the fuck I was
Process
saying.
with it,
There's a
yeah.
process for other things. Yes, excuse me. There's a process for other things in the government, online forms, whatever. You paying your taxes, etc. All this shit, just like filing for an LLC, any of this shit. And they could use that stuff. They do use that stuff. Honestly, they use the same forms. They use the same templates for all the other application process
And like
or
you're
the
used to
deficiency
government
process,
things
whatever.
taking some time, like you're used to that, but
Yeah.
like this is
Like,
like
this is-
extra long, right?
Oh.
This is terrible.
This is crazy.
It's a lot. So the state of New York cannabis, as of the summer of 2024, legal licensed New York cannabis is that shit is a fucking bummer. Still, if anything,
Yeah,
is like
if you got a
problematic.
license and you're paying a lease, you got to do something. I mean, I'm not a lawyer or anything. I'm not a professional. You should seek legal advice. But yo, try to do things according to the regulations and by the book as possible, and don't fucking dig yourself a bigger hole than you're already in. Cause
I don't know how you could sit on a lease though for like multiple
Yo,
years,
crazy.
Or even a year.
Nah,
Forget it.
hell
Like,
no.
And
It's
if you
not.
operate, you're committing, you know, like you're going against the regulations, even though
Yes.
you're in line. That's what's
Yes.
wild.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
Like you should be reimbursed by the state.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen in between now and then? enforcement, right? Like that's
Oh,
what's
yeah,
the
for
next
sure.
year. The OCM ain't doing shit, but enforcement was signed in full of force because I see motherfuckers getting shut down all the time.
Legal weed sales have gone up too. Like tremendous.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's like a tremendous spike, obviously, in it.
Yeah, that's something the OCM reported in their last meeting, right? John Kagita, I believe his name is one of the guys at the OCM who speaks during the Cannabis Control Board meetings usually. He talks about a lot of data. He's like a data analyst guy, and he talks about like, yeah, the sales have gone up dramatically.
They're expecting it to reach like
Legal
what,
stores.
$250 million by the end of the year, supposedly.
I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but they're doing much better.
It's only going to get better the more stricter enforced. I mean, they're going pretty hard right
Yeah,
now. Would you
yeah.
say? I mean, I'm surprised how hard New York is going.
Yeah.
Like they're real padlocking places, and they can't.
They're going hard.
The landlords can't operate in that place
That's
anymore.
why there was a
That's
sales
that's
spike.
pretty
Like
wild.
that shit was done for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, though, okay, wait, shout out. I can't say their name, but there's a spot in Upstate that got all the OCM and fuck with them, shut them down. What they did is they just hung a banner up that says deli open. You go in, there's 2 vending machines, and then a slot. And they're just doing it right in the
That's
town.
funny, yeah.
Like that, bro. They don't give a fuck.
Oh, you gotta get it some way, somehow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely seeing shutdowns in Manhattan a lot more. In the outer boroughs, you still see places.
Yeah.
I don't know, like in the outer boroughs, you see fewer. You still see shops
You still
for
see
sure.
it. Especially if the community's complaining, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
A lot faster.
But
But-
cops in northern suburbs, they're like much more like.
They're not gonna
Yeah.
do it.
Definitely yes.
Upstate is much different with the cops too. Like it's still they have a lot of power. Like you can't kick them out of the area. Like they come and kick you. They control you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
But if
like-
we're being really real about the sales of legal cannabis in New York, like the concentration, the bulk of sales of anything, whatever, like it's going to be concentrated in Manhattan. It's going to be concentrated in probably primarily tourists, I would guess, at least early, and people who are like cannabis curious or whatever you want to call them, like people who don't usually like have their own dealer or like.
I would
you know.
assume that's the biggest.
Yeah, like I remember going to years ago when Massachusetts legalized. I remember going up with my friends, like driving up to Massachusetts to be like, fuck, we got to go to the first legal dispensary in Massachusetts. Like we were like 20 something, like whatever, like stupid. And showing up in line, there's like people like PTA moms and stuff. And that's like cannabis curious, right? They're like, oh, there's a dispensary? I could maybe buy this legal now? Like, it's like a different thing, right? Like
Does it got a label?
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
Yes. It's like, yes.
Yeah. Has it been remediated or
Ben
whatever?
just sound,
I mean,
Ben just sound like a Muppet.
Yeah. I'm basically a Muppet.
not knowing that it was the worst weed ever. How was their weed at the time? I didn't even go.
I didn't even know. At the time, I'm sure I was like, this is great.
Massachusetts weed first
Didn't
starting out was probably
hooray.
like $75 an eighth or something. Like that.
Yeah, it was so expensive. We went to that place, Treehouse, the brewery, on the way home. It's really good.
Oh, yeah.
That was the biggest plus of that whole experience,
nice.
for sure. Anyway, regardless, that's what I'm talking about, though. When I mean, like, whatever. People who don't usually like, they're not like weed smokers like that, but
You know,
like they're like, oh, it's legal.
They're not gonna go to the spot to cop, but they're gonna go to the store.
Yeah, they'll go to CVS.
Those are people we need to reach and educate, really. You
That's
know
what the
I mean?
storefront does. It legitimizes you.
Yeah.
It does for a lot of those people, for sure.
They're legitimate.
And yeah, but that said, like we talk about all these other places though, where like shops shutting down. That matters a little bit. The sales really matter here. Like
Right.
it's like the bulk of the population, just on a numbers basis. Like I'm not trying to not culture, whatever. Like it's Long Island and New York City.
So that's the reason why
Right.
there was that shoot up in sales for sure. It's because
Population
it's-
density.
It's all
Yes,
from here.
it's because they're going after shops in Manhattan specifically. I would guess more than anything else.
Yeah,
And it's
so
hard.
many
What do you
tourists.
think about it? Because it's hard because I've known a lot of people that have the license and they've been waiting and they've been covering their overhead. They got the license and their sales weren't good because there's a million shops around them.
Yep.
Like shout out to a lot of people too. Like shout out my boy like Turp Bros and Com Bud and you know what I mean? Even the people that just got in like Good Grades and Silk Road. But it's like it was
Yeah,
very
hell yeah.
competitive. They
Shout
weren't
out to
making money.
Homie Scoops.
They weren't making money like when they popped out. They didn't think, but because of the competition, but now they are making some money. So it's nice to see them success, but it's like, see them succeed in
You got
some
to
way.
be in it for the long game. At the end of the day, it's that initial inherent risk at the beginning of it. You know what I mean? For sure.
Right.
Definitely yes. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what the path forward is or how any of this stabilizes. I think you're going to definitely see a lot more bleed over. Like it seems like we've seen a lot more bleed over between just licensed and the still unlicensed, right? To be licensed, whatever you want to call it. People
And,
who would like to be licensed.
I think events. I think that's going to be like the legacy play people are going to be doing. There are a lot more events. Like I don't think the OCM is going to go after events, at least right now. I think brick and mortar is the only thing they're worried about.
You see bleed over there too. You see bleed over in events between like licensed and unlicensed.
Yeah, absolutely. You
Oh, yeah,
have
for
to.
sure.
A lot of the people fuck with each other.
I mean,
at the end
everyone
of the
should be
day.
collaborating at the end of the day as
Cool
much
each
as
other.
possible.
Definitely.
I got to shout out a couple more. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Ink, bro, they got their processing one. I've been fucking like lobbying or whatever you want to say. I did my first panel with the dudes and everything from upstate. They just got theirs. So they're like, hopefully we'll be able to work with them in the
Which
future.
license do they got?
They get a processors one, and they got some like the best rosin out right now. Their GMO shit is fucking crazy. Damn, what is the other two? I'm gonna butcher the name. Two men hashes.
What?
It's a Jewish thing. And
Two menches.
I knew what you meant. I just wanted to see him struggle.
Yeah, you did.
It was really, it was
You're
good.
trying to get real.
Men heshes.
But no, that's the homie, bro. And I've been watching his story, bro. Is so like he's the coolest motherfucker, bro. Like I think he's working with processors and stuff. You know, I love to see those people do well, and they're uplifting like both sides. Because if you're in a position, it's like, why would you choose and be like, I'm only going to support legal people? It's like, we got good people everywhere right now. Like, we need to work together.
It's tough to explain to a politician to like, yo, like, we're transitioning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you might see some shit you don't like, but like, you know, we're trying to slowly stop that. Just But there's no forgiveness plan. There's no like,
No.
oh yeah, go ahead, do that dirty shit. We'll turn a blind eye. They're
No.
not doing that.
Right.
No.
And it falls on your head, even though you ain't the person doing it.
Yeah, hell yeah. They're going to come down with the fucking guillotine on that ass. Hell yeah.
But hopefully, I think ideally we see a lot more collaboration. We already seen some of it, but you see more collaboration between both sides and more like of a bleed over where it just seems like it's just cannabis industry regardless. Like
Bound
whatever.
to happen anyway, right? Like,
Yeah, the inevitability in the long term. And in fairness, also, I said it before, like you laughed last time, but like the people who work in licensed stores, like they want to smoke good weed too, right? Like it's like I'm like it's not meant to be shitty. It's still funny. I don't mean it to be shitty though. It's the point is like everybody who loves good weed is like
I feel like little by little over the next couple of weeks, months, a year, like they'll slowly be like really good quality hit in stores.
definitely.
A lot of people
to try it.
Market's got to mature. Yeah.
Everyone they gave those first rounds of license to are coming online. Like in the next, the people that did really good decisions in the beginning, you know, and playing a more short-term play, you know. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Shit, I would even throw a challenge out there.
What?
If you're growing in the legal market and you disagree with all our opinions, bring something in. Bring something to us. We could smoke it live.
Oh, hell
Better
yeah.
yet,
We could talk about
join the
something.
Growers Cup.
Yeah, enter the
Yo,
Growers Cup.
even better, you join the Growers Cup. But
Come on and smoke it with us real quick.
yeah, you could come on the show, talk about it, smoke it, and we can tell. I mean, just
You get weird, you out of here.
understand. We're gonna be honest with you, you know, and like there's no bias over here. Good weed is good weed, bad weed is bad weed. So, yeah, I think it'd be cool to start trying like put your money where your mouth is, right? If you don't agree with the shit we say, come bring us something to change our minds.
And there's some good legal brands coming on right now.
That's what I'm
There
saying.
is. I'm
There
not
are.
gonna lie.
I mean, I heard Wizard Trees is coming online too, and like out of Queens or something like that.
What?
Yeah.
Hey,
Out of
that's
Queens.
crazy.
I'm having fun to the Queen.
Micro business license, I assume. Is it really? I think so. Oh wow, I was trying to be sarcastic.
I don't want to. I don't
We
want
still don't got one
Is he
though.
from around here?
confirm it, but I think it is. Is he from what?
New York?
That's a Cali.
I don't
thing.
know. No, I mean, I know he's very well known in California. That's
Oh
what
yeah. No, I mean, I know the genetics and shit. It goes some of the best.
Yeah.
This shit's fucking crazy.
As far in like
I
his,
just wondered how he got
the
like-
jars that they use and all that stuff. It looks.
Oh yeah. Didn't we see him in Spain?
Yeah, I think he was at the.
Just at
he was at
distance.
Spanibus. Yeah, he had a
Yeah.
booth there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He seemed cool. That motherfucker seemed cool.
But I'm pretty sure he's coming online with indoor, which is probably going to be some.
Yeah,
really
over the
fire
next
stuff.
couple months, there's gonna be a lot of good stuff hitting market. I feel like.
Most definitely. Yes. That's the other thing is that was the one other
Shout out
thing.
to homie Mike, right? Mike FCC.
Mike FCC.
He got
Oh
a
my
license.
God.
He should
Hell
be hitting
yeah.
the market pretty soon.
Dude, yes. Flower City Cannabis.
I don't know if he's gonna hit the market. I mean, he's in there, so we should see some stuff from him. I know he grows good flowers.
And
This
my-
year, though, we're going to start seeing people.
Absolutely.
This year.
Yeah, like we'll start over the next year. Things will get better.
Over the next 18 months, it's going to be a big influx for sure.
Yeah.
And one other person I got to shout out is Jason, who helped found the Card Coalition. He just got his license, him and his wife Brittany, after fighting tooth and nail like 3
Finally
years on
got
the
it.
forefront, bro, like losing money, the whole thing.
Yeah.
He just got his, and it's like, that's really cool to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
so it should
definitely,
change.
yeah.
Should change over.
Swamp Frog Farms, they got their shit going on. Erie Banks Farms, they're going to be coming live, I believe. A couple different, yeah.
It seems like a lot more from upstate got their licenses than downstate. I guess because
I think a lot more people who applied than had property. Exactly. It's
The
that.
lease thing, yeah.
Oh,
for
the
sure.
lease.
the least
More property upstate, you know,
I don't know how you'd even do it, dude.
and the price difference
Yeah.
and leases is crazy. So
Yeah.
it makes sense.
So anyway, it'll be a very interesting summer. It's going to be a very interesting fall and winter as well. Things continue to be crazy in New York cannabis and always evolving. stay on your toes, I guess is the lesson. I don't know what else to fucking say.
Right.
Like what's the coda on all of this? Like I don't know.
I don't know, really. Like, yo, just try to do the
Stick
right
and move.
thing. Keep your head down.
Yeah, don't go loud and crazy proud trapping.
Don't go wild and be don't bring any attention to yourself like the OCM did, because that's what really messed it up.
Everybody I've seen so far, like there's a guy I posted that was doing all these gimmicky things that was operating totally illegally. He did that Joker video and shit. He just got fined $50 million fucking
just
dollars.
keep
They
your
took
mouth
his
shut.
house. I mean, he doesn't
Mind
give
your
a fuck,
business.
but yeah,
Street rules apply.
Absolutely, like
If you see something, don't say something. Just turn around, shut up. Just don't bring any attention to yourself and just grind it out, son.
Definitely don't start a podcast.
Definitely don't start a
unless you have a
podcast.
license.
This is a terrible.
That will kill
Preposterous.
all your dreams.
Truly.
Yes.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Uh,
See you guys next time
gonna
for
go.
another episode of I Smoke
Until
New York.
next episode.